I'm a program officer at the James Irvine Foundation, and I am delighted to start this beautiful day in Oakland with all of you to honor Dr. Aboelata with the 2022 Irvine Foundation Leadership Award. The Irvine Foundation established leadership awards in 2006 to support the diverse leaders who work day in and day out through pandemics, through climate disasters, and the occasional Warriors Championship to create a more prosperous and just California. Each year, the foundation spotlights these innovative leaders. We help share their approaches with policymakers and funders. We provide each of their organizations with a $250,000 grant and additional resources. From hundreds of nominations, the foundation selected 7 Californians from 6 organizations for this year's recognition. The work of these leaders and organizations is both innovative and highly effective. But most importantly, these leaders are improving the lives of folks in communities like these by removing barriers and creating opportunities that benefit not only those they serve, but all of us. Their innovation, compassion, and dedication are hallmarks of our great state. And among this year's award recipients is none other than Dr. Aquil of Roots Community Health Center. To say a few words about Dr. Aboelata and her contributions to Oakland and to our state is our mayor, Libby Schaaf.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you to everyone at the James Irvine Foundation that has bestowed this honor on our Dr. Noha. And I say our because she is truly a leader of this community, of the people of this community. As a mayor of Oakland, I am so proud that you have lifted up her leadership and contributions. My fellow Skyline Titan, just always have to throw that in there. Proud Oakland native. She is of our soil, for our people, every day, 24/7. I could give you the statistics about the number of people that Roots has served. But what I really want to lift up about Dr. Noha is the type of leader that she is. The amount of care and healing that she pours into our community every day is the stuff of legends, of heroes. And I can tell you that during these unimaginable years of crisis, as we grappled with this global pandemic that further exacerbated the unjust disparities caused by systemic racism and poverty, Dr. Noha was a shining light and a clear beacon to not just healing the individual, but recognizing that health is not just of the body, it must be of the whole community. Dr. Noha is the person who I picked up the phone to, and she will attest to this, at rude hours of the night, to gut check, to ask for guidance, to even mourn together the toll that this pandemic took on our community and the setbacks to systemic progress that she has fought so hard for. Roots does healing and health in a way that must guide the future work of all health practitioners and communities. That health is not just the body, it is the mind, the spirit, the heart, and it is the community and systems in which we live. Dr. Noha, I love you. I respect you so much. You have done so much for our beloved hometown. And there is no one that I can imagine out of the nearly 40 million Californians who deserve this honor more than you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor, for those Thank you, Mayor, for those inspiring words and for being with us today. As a proud Oakland resident, I feel privileged to have a local leader who honors the whole lives that we lead and understands how true healthcare can be delivered. And so, on behalf of the James Irvine Foundation, I'm pleased to present Dr. Aboelata with the 2022 James Irvine Foundation Leadership Award.
Should you come a little this way?
Yeah.
Good, camera's on. Perfect.
Yeah, on this side, please. Thank you. Thank you.
I just have to share one funny story. There was almost nothing that was funny about the pandemic, but there was one day that I thought actually was funny. I got a text from Congressmember Swalwell, and it said, "My friend Sean Penn would like to come to Oakland and find a place to set up a COVID testing site." And I texted him back, "Sean Penn, the movie star?" He said, "Yes." So within a few hours, Sean Penn was going to be in Oakland, and I knew exactly where to send him, to Dr. Noha. If there was one place that we were going to set up a testing site, it was going to be the place that she chose. So I arrived, and Sean Penn was wandering around International Boulevard by himself, right? But Dr. Noha convinced him to set up the first walk-up COVID testing site. No one else was doing it. Everyone else was doing it by cars. Everyone else was requiring appointments, often through computers, requiring different forms of ID. Dr. Noha said that will not work for our community. And she set up the first of its kind testing center in deep East Oakland, and with a wandering movie star on the side. There's one COVID story.
Thank you so much. I'm really, really honored to receive this award among so many amazing other leaders within our group of Leadership Award recipients. I'm so humbled by your words, Mayor. Means a lot to me, being born and raised here in Oakland and really being a servant to this community. Happy to accept the award really on behalf of the incredible Roots team. Several of us are here, others are watching. While they do their day of regular work, but we are now over 200 employees strong, and all pushing towards the same mission of uplifting those impacted by systemic inequities and poverty. And we know that health takes so much more than just clinics. It takes all of us pushing towards really hope and opportunity for members of our community. And so this particular center, you'll get to hear more about the dedication, but it is a manifestation, I think, of the love of this community and also the understanding that we need spaces where we can safely gather and where we can heal and where we can be together in community. So this afternoon, we're actually hosting a block party. We're going to be blocking off the street and introducing ourselves to this community, this particular neighborhood that is so near and dear to us. So there's a lot today, and this is it's just so much meaning wrapped up in all of this. But I just want to say thank you, and on behalf of not just myself, but the Roots team and also the community that we serve. Thank you.
So I'd like to just let you now welcome Aquil, who will be speaking a bit more about this level of performance that we're in front of, and a bit more about Dr.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to East Oakland. East Oakland is on the rise. We're set at the in one of the most pivotal points of East Oakland, and we are here for a reason bigger than most of you understand today. But first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Aboelata for the guidance. And as the mayor said, Dr. Aboelata has created methodology of dealing with the ills and those in poverty. And it's called the whole health model. She developed this model years ago. And now we can truly see the benefits of it, even by us being on this ground right here. We have dedicated this spot right here, 7830 MacArthur Boulevard. killed 3 blocks from me. And this is our attempt to push back on this huge disparity of violence, murder. We're pushing back. We're not retreating. We're pushing back. On any given day, you can find myself in my Brooks Brothers suit in front of that liquor store as an attempt to relieve ourselves of these pressures that this community brings. And it takes all of us. I can't do it by myself. But with the guidance of the community, Dr. Aboelata, and we have a lot of conversations in the dark about the next move to make, because there's some complex issues out here, very complex. So we have decided not to wait, because it is an emergency here, and we are taking charge of our community. Dr. Aboelata had coined this phrase years ago, healing our community from within. And we do have to look into ourselves to feel what ails our community. Even if you drive here, you don't have to live here to claim this as your community. And it's going to require the bandwidth of all the intelligence from all of us, black, white, blue, green, anybody. If you want to lend a hand, come lend a hand, be with us. And let's push back on what troubles our society. But I would like to welcome the Roots Armstead Hall. We're going to have a lot of different programming in here. I'm trying to develop a music school, a chess school. We'll do early childhood learning here. This is going to be the center of the University of East Oakland. Even in the absence of funding, we will pull this off. We're not waiting on anyone. And from the kindness of others, Miss Bonnie, it takes the kindness of others to pull things like this off. Miss Bonnie just did something to help take this thing to a different level. And it requires all of us to do this. But we're here, we're not going anywhere. And I really would appreciate those to reach back and lend a hand. And a lot of times the lending of hand is just a conversation with an idea. We are stewards of our community. We're a nonprofit, and we're stewards of all the dollars and coins we receive, and we're very good stewards. So we built this thing to hand back over to the community. We will hold it, but we will control it, hold it, and your ideas of how we use the center needs to come from the community. We surveyed everybody in the surrounding area, probably about half a mile circumference, to find out what they wanted here. And they spoke. And now we're here to deliver. But to the Armstead family, my love and heart goes to you. And welcome to the Armstead Hall. This is a special guy right here, too. The Fremont Bank has supported the Armstead family and Roots Community Health Center as a whole. They support our communities. This is a different type of a bank. This is not the average commercial bank, because it's privately held. And they have a commitment to our community, not just Roots, but any other small business in town. They support us in a lot of different ways. So if you go to real estate roads, you'll find their names in a lot of places. And a lot of places that you would not believe that banks invest in. They do invest in. But I thank you for showing up today. And thank you for supporting the Armstead family until the wheels fall off. This is a bank.
Hey, good morning, everybody. First, hey, thank you for the introduction. Very kind. And let's again say congratulations to Dr. Noha for recognition today. But much more importantly, for the meaningful work, as Mayor Schaaf just said, that she's done here in Oakland. When Morris Hyman founded Fremont Bank almost 60 years ago, he emphasized that a community bank needs to support the entire fabric of our neighborhoods. Schools, churches, hospitals, and nonprofit organizations are the foundation of a healthy, vital community. We partner with organizations that share our common vision of improving the quality of life in the communities we serve. And we could not have found a better partner than the Roots Community Health Center. Fremont Bank is proud to support Roots with the financing to grow their various community-based businesses and of the work that our team does, many of them back there at our branch and so forth, that help optimize their banking. Okay, nobody really wants to hear from the banker today, but it's an important part of making sure something like Roots is successful and vital. And what we do in partnership with them is make sure that more of the funds are directed to the programs they run and the community stakeholders that they serve. Our partnership is more than a typical nonprofit and bank relationship. It's focused how we can collectively meet the needs of a diverse community. We are connected through a common vision of putting our clients, Roots patients, our communities first. We're committed to making a long-term impact on the city of Oakland. This is also an opportunity to honor our late colleague, Miles Armstead, who was passionate about this community and the Roots Community Center. When we opened our branch, it was our first branch actually here in Oakland, Miles was instrumental in linking Fremont Bank's community focus with the needs of families and their businesses here. Whether as a banker, a coach, a community leader, the magic of Miles' legacy carries on at our bank and through the meaningful work that he accomplished here in Oakland. Knowing Miles' dedication to Roots, I think it's extremely fitting to have his name on this building. Thank you.
Everybody for coming out. We have one last speaker, which is Jules Moore, very close to the family. He's actually a pastor. So he can speak truth to power to the family of Miles and his journey that we're all on. When you kill one person, you kill a piece of everybody.
Just a few moments ago, Melina leaned over to me. She says, "Do you want to talk?" And I said, "That's probably the worst invitation to give a pastor." But it only took me a couple of seconds to just get my thoughts together because I said, any opportunity to honor Miles, I will do whatever it takes. And the funny thing is, a couple of years ago, before Miles passed, we would joke and laugh because we would say, "Man, we knew that we were going to be living in the same neighborhood. We were like, in East Oakland, we're going to see God move. We're going to see our community grow. We'll walk our dogs and our kids. We'll meet up." And Miles always had this crazy optimism to see change. And he was willing to do whatever it took to make sure that happened. And on his memorial service, we quoted the scripture. We said, "Unless a seed falls to the ground, it produces nothing." What that means is this: unless there is great sacrifice that goes forth, if someone withholds potential from being planted in the soil and in the ground, it produces nothing. And to see that Miles's legacy is continuing to grow and to expand, not just because we have buildings that are dedicated to him, but the work at which it takes for us to see our communities grow and change, that is the most honorable thing that we can do, to lift up his name and to make sure that all that he did is not done in vain. And so I want to say, on behalf of all the family, all of the sacrifice that was made, thank you for making sure that we remember those that have made a sacrifice, and that sacrifice does not stop when they breathe their last breath, but that sacrifice continues to resonate throughout our community, and we see lives transformed. And so on behalf of the family, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all that Roots is doing. We joked a lot of times because Miles was like, "Man, I got to connect you to Roots," and to know that they're in our backyard, serving our community. And we want to say grateful. We're really, really grateful. Thank you for Mayor Libby for honoring and giving those words that we want to see the whole life healed, not just mind, body, but also the soul. And so on behalf of the family, thank you. Thank you for all that you guys are doing. And we're going to see some great days ahead of us.
our speakers who spoke and shared from their heart of their celebration of Noha, as well as resolve for community health. Immediately following this program, all of our speakers will be available for interviews and photo opportunities and various selfies if you'd like. And this afternoon, please come back to the space here and join Roots. Will be hosting a 40 by 40 neighborhood appreciation block party from 3 to 6 here at 7830 near Arthur. And we'll be celebrating community health as well as a safe Bay Area summer. Lastly, please help us amplify this good work and the honor in this beautiful space that Dr. Aboelata has been integral in creating by posting on social media with the hashtag Irvine Awards. Thank you everyone and have a wonderful day.